tell us about your sporting background and how you intend to transfer this vast knowledge and gift you have to the next generation growing up in Otukpo here.
Okay. Well, thank you. My name is Benjamin Ewaoche Obe, Chief Benjamin, the Ojumere one of Ojira. They call me Pablo within the sporting arena. And I started my sporting career from my secondary school. And from my secondary school, I began to develop first basketball. I started with basketball. And from basketball, I went into handball. And there's nobody within Otukpo that don't play basketball. So while we're growing up, we used to come up for all secondary school games and play around. And from there, we were privileged to play for the state and up to play the game professional level. I've played for about 18 clubs in Nigeria, within Nigeria, different handball clubs, up to Medugri, Road Safety, Civil Defense, Prison, FCT, Imo Lions, Bauchi Bulls, Baesa Kings, you can just name them. So in the course of one day I sat down and I discovered that this thing can be reproduced within our community. But first, how did you start it? Today I'm one of the board members, the former acting chairman of Benue State Handball Association, and also the Secretary General FCT Handball Association, and then the chairman Parade Ground Handball in Abuja, and also within the handball circle, we've had responsibility doing outside and growing the game. So we have decided to take the game back home. And 4 years ago, I had a concept of introducing Honorable Ejoga Handball Championship for all secondary school that has been running for the past 4 years. We just had the fourth edition this year. We started the first two editions at Jesus College in Otukpo here. The other two editions is the court I'm trying to construct. I've been begging people to assist me to see how I get it wrong. I've been able to do all the block work and the filling. We're still playing on the sand, but by the grace of God, the next edition I'm begging meaningful Idoma people so that they can come to my aid to build the handball court. The aim of that handball court is to build it so that it will multi-purpose. It can also be used for volleyball. Volleyball will be in between. We already have a friend, a brother from the United States of America who has built a basketball court there too, in the same Army Children's School where we play, Old Army Children's School, our alma mater. So we're planning to build a handball and complete it. The first edition, the second edition, the third edition, and the fourth edition, they've been very explosive. And I really thank God because we bring officials from outside Otukpo, both from Makurdi and Abuja. But in the last edition, I brought International Handball Federation referee to train our locals on officiating, which was done in the last edition, and we hope to do it in the next edition again. But one of the main things we are trying to target is to create stars. When you create a star, you take a potential crimer from the field of crime. When somebody becomes a star, his rate of taking risk to go into crime will reduce. Because if you are the star and you are moving on the road, people say, look at the person that play handball and score plenty goals the other day. The person will become shy to go into some certain vices. So when you create these stars, you create so many people or take so many people out of social vices. So within the game, we are going to look at the handball, the basketball, and the volleyball to develop the ball games for them, because that's a team game. When you do things in team, it helps you in one way or the other. You do things, you think of the next person. If I get a ball and I'm not passing to the next person, we will not get a goal, we eventually lose. So you create people who start thinking alike. And within the thinking alike, if you create 7 players within the handball court and they become a star and they win, you have taken 7 people out of crime. They will be afraid of taking some kind of risk that they take in crime. So our main aim, our undertone is to take these young boys away from the crime. Let me tell you, one of the things that is becoming lucrative that we need to discourage from is thuggery. When political times come, they take them for thuggery. If you don't teach your children how to develop, somebody else will teach them how to be destructive. So when we bring the sporting issue, the sporting environment, the sporting aroma into the community, you will discover that it will help. We are looking at it in such a way that it will soon cover the 9 local governments of the Idoma land. And our Thief brothers too, they are also trying to develop, because we have started the championship. Why is it on the Ejoga championship? Ejoga, is late already. It's one of those who brought all of us in sports. He will spend his money, he will take his father's pickup then, take us to Boko to go and play championship, and then we will come back, we will feel excited. He made us stars. He made us feel and love the game. So when he passed on and this championship idea came, I decided to sit with a few persons and I named it Honorable Ejoga's championship. We have other activities going on within the Idoma area. We need to introduce more sports. Let me tell you, sport is a career. I played in Cyprus and I made money from Cyprus. And the whole thing started from secondary school. So why not go back to this foundation of secondary school, so that you bring more stars that will go professionally? There are some persons after secondary school, their life terminates. So if you can't go further, you should be able to do sports to earn and bring in. Look at the likes of Ronaldo. Look at the like of Messi. If you check their background, they are not spectacular. They are not children of the Otodolas or the Dangotes of their country. Every sportsman, have you seen any of those kind of persons reflect there? Look at Kanu Nwankwo. Look at Austin Jeje Okocha. Check their background. Look at the ones who played the game and made name out of it. So we need to create so many of those kinds from the Idoma. Look at Tony Uja today. Tony Uja is making the Idoma people proud. Look at Daniel Amokachi. Look at Simon Moses. We had basketballers then like late Mohamed Acha. If we have a championship for secondary school and it's named after Mohamed Acha, or those we have a Kodaudu, we have a Odo, those who have played the game up to professional level, up to United States of America and in different countries of the world. Why don't you emulate them so that the young ones, as they are coming, they like to read about these people. They need to know the history of these people. They need to know the extent that they have achieved. So when you look at a house built by somebody like Tony Uja, every child will aspire to play the game very well. So I think we need to take it to the foundation. And the foundation is the secondary school, the primary and the secondary schools. So that is one of the major targets we need to develop. We need to create future stars. In Benue, you get to a point where if you're calling basketball, we are mostly from Otukpo or the Idoma speaking area. If you are talking of handball, we have good percentage. But now, the reverse is the case. We are not doing it like a competition, but we are doing it because we have people who can do it and do it better. So many lives are wasted. Some are taken into crime because they don't have an alternative. So sport is an alternative to progress, and it's even a quick way to get to destination. Many people may be lucky from your secondary school, you go to abroad for any other distance. So we are planning to have academy in the 3 sports within the Otukpo axis. That is why we want to build a contemporary court. In handball and volleyball, you don't play on sand. It's only in Otukpo that we still have sand. In Boko, they are developing now. In Makodi, they have it already. But within the whole Idoma, we don't have any cement court or crota court where players can play. It's quite unfortunate, and it has become a challenge to some of us that we are taking it. I have a partnership with some persons in Tabola Sports Promoters, and they've been partnering. Then we have the Mega Veterans Handball Abuja. They also, the last one, they bought all the trophies that were used. We have other persons too who contributed. It's unfortunate that when you talk to some of our politicians and you beg them, the next thing they don't even pick your call again. And to the glory of God, God has helped some of us that we are not begging them for our own personal food. We are begging them for what will help the youth. And we want to put their names in gold. If that court is completed, Everybody who brought every 10 kobo will do a plaque and put their names there. So when people grow up and they see those names, they will wonder, who is this person, who is this person? So even if you are no more, you will discover that you put yourself at the part of history. And every 2-3 years, it will be renovated, and as being renovated, we'll still bring in the name so that people will see. When somebody is running on that court, the person will know that this is how to do. So within my years of travel, I can say that 90% of my travel outside Nigeria and every part of Nigeria, I've been to all states of Nigeria, and I've been to about 4 or 5 continents of the world. All is through sports, not with my father's 10 kobo or my mother's penny on it. So sport is what can launch you out, and we want to create so many great sportsmen from the Idoma land. So we're going to do a sport revolution in Idoma land. When we do that sport revolution, you will see that there will be serious reduction in crime rate in Idoma land. So I appeal to those who have the interest of, genuine interest of the youth at heart, that should support us. We want to build so many sport facilities to see that this sport is taken to higher ground. We have, with a major center, we made Army Children's School a center because that's LEG Ojira, a center because it's a primary school. Very soon we are going to launch into various secondary schools, and we talk to the students. We'll give them the quotation, we'll give them the marking. When they put the field there, we have options. We can even start playing league among the schools within Otukpo if we have four courts. One of the great schools that have played handball, you will see the likes of St. Anne's. St. Anne's is known for handball. St. Monica's too, they're also known for handball from the female section. And then when you're talking Agbenu too is also one of the teams that is coming up newly. There are many schools that are coming up now. We have GSS, we have St. Francis, and every other. So I believe that when we talk to the Old Boys Association of various schools and the need for them to develop the sport, build the various courts that they need, you discover that sports will become a thing of great thing. Those days we have sporting activities in the school. How well are they using them now? We are going to talk, we are in good touch. We have a very good director of sports now in Benue State, in person of the director of sports, who is doing very well. I think when I remember his name, I'll let you know, Philip Nongo. He's been supportive in every sporting activities that we're doing. And I think when we have that kind of person, we should maximize his time of in office so that sport will go to greater height. So I think we are calling on the Idoma Progressive, the various groups in Idoma, to come into our aid. Now we are planning to do, apart from the all secondary schools that they do, we want to do ball games, we'll do individual games. If you have any finances, you can come. The Interborder Sport Promoters will help you organize championship. We've partnered with so many groups. Currently we are with the North Central Handball League, the second league compared to the best league in handball in Nigeria, which is the Prudent Energy. North Central, if you check currently, North Central is the best handball states in Nigeria. We have the champions. For if you are not first, second, third, you see North Central coming up because we have a formidable league. We organize the championship every year. So I want to really appeal to Idoma that within the Idoma, let us do a sport revolution. Sport will pay. And if you truly have genuine interest of the youth at heart, it's not coming to give them money for toggery, give them money to come and drink, to smoke Indian hemp and everything. But please support sport development so that we can bring the youth out of the dangers of what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.